Canelo Alvarez wants to fight Dmitry Bivol or Artur Beterbiev, and I respect him for it. Let's talk.
Straighter, not roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you here, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So while you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link, get prepared to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
So Canelo Alvarez is saying that next year he wants to fight Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Now let's understand something. For the longest time, we've been giving Canelo Alvarez all kinds of hell. Rightfully so. He's one of the best fighters in the world, and we want to see the best fight the best. So rightfully so, he deserves all the being shitted on. He deserves it all. All right, that's what he deserves. But not in this instance. Not in this instance. All right, I have been pressing for Canelo Alvarez. When Canelo Alvarez went up to fight Sergey Kovalev, I said, why aren't you fighting Dmitry Bivol? When Canelo Alvarez went up to fight him, I said, why aren't you fighting Artur Beterbiev? Why aren't you? Why are you fighting this Kovalev dude that's broken? And you're telling the world the reason why you fought him is because of what Andre Ward did to him. And no one's saying a word. You're fighting a broken man that Andre Ward destroyed, that he later Alvarez fucking damn near decapitated. Now you're fighting this man. You weren't trying to fight this man when he was the crusher, undefeated, blah, blah, blah. You weren't trying to fight him then. None of your fans was even telling you to go up there and do that. None of your fans. Oh, no, that's too much for him. Yeah, we just, listen, he's a small guy. He's a small guy, you know, he fights at 160. He's a small guy. He fights at catch weights at, 155 and 156. He's a small guy. He's a small middleweight. But then when he fights Sergey Kovalev, the broken, battered, old version, then all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, he's so great. This is such a great thing. He's so great. No one started talking about weight anymore. The weight excuse, the fucking catch weights just went straight out the window. Just went straight out the window. No one's talking about none of that anymore. It's all gone. Oh, he beat Sergey Kovalev. He went to 175 and beat Sergey Kovalev. He's such a great, he's an all-time legend. Oh, well, my God, where did he beat Hagler and Monzon and all these other guys? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? But in this instance, going after Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, specifically, if those two guys fight and he fights the winner, that means something. That absolutely means something. Now, I would have preferred him to fight either one of those guys instead of Kovalev. I would have preferred that. But from a fan's perspective, I'm not the fighter. The fighter has to get in there and take those punches. The fighter has to get in there and land those shots and block those shots and dodge those shots. So in that respect, I understand what he did and how he's moving per se. But for him, in this respect, for him saying, listen, I want Beterbiev, I want Dmitry Bivol. Next year, those are the fights I want. Bro, I commend him. I commend him 1,000%. 1,000%. I refuse to shit on this man when that's the fight that I've been wanting him to fight all along. I've been wanting him to fight Dmitry Bivol. I've been wanting him to fight Artur Beterbiev. Those are what we want, and we cannot shit on the man for fighting the guys that we said he wouldn't fight. Because then you just don't like the dude. Then you're just a hater. Then that's not BFTB. That is not the best fighting the best. That's not what I do. All right. I give Canelo hell because he deserves hell for fighting Rocky Fielding and Avni fucking Urine. He deserves hell for that. Fighting Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, he deserves every bit of praise, every bit of credit that you can bestow on a fighter. Because those guys are very good. Dmitry Bivol is very good. Artur Beterbiev is a fucking killer. He's an absolute monster, bro. I've seen him dropped. I have. But he wasn't dropped and hurt. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get caught with a good punch in the right spot and drop. Bam. Okay, I got back up and he did his thing. He is a beast, bro. Artur Beterbiev is a monster. He's been on my pound for pound for years. At least 3 years he's been on my pound for pound. At least 3 years. He is a monster, bro. And Canelo Alvarez moving up to fight this man, going back to 175 to fight Artur Beterbiev is a feat. It is an amazing feat. And if he beats that man, he deserves every bit of respect, every bit of credit that you can give. Because that is a killer right there. That's a monster. That is a beast. Artur Beterbiev is nothing to be fucked with. Nothing. That man is Michael Myers, bro. Don't matter what he's just going to keep coming at you. Now, that fight in itself is, it's intriguing because Artur Beterbiev, although he's going to keep coming at you, he has been dropped. All right, he has been dropped. But that doesn't mean that Canelo Alvarez is going to do it. He wasn't dropped with a body shot. He was caught with a straight coming in, which dropped his ass. And he got back up and bludgeoned the nigga that dropped him. This man is no bum, bro. This man is a monster. He's a killer. He's a beast. At the lowest, Artur Beterbiev has been top 5 pound for pound for at least 3 years. Top 5. At least. That man is an absolute beast. Dmitry Bivol is a very good boxer. He's a very good fighter. Dmitry Bivol was trying to fight Artur Beterbiev. And for whatever reason, that fight is not happening. But if Dmitry Bivol fights Artur Beterbiev and beats him, then Canelo Alvarez versus Artur Beterbiev is a damn good fight. And he deserves all credit in the world for fighting and beating Dmitry Bivol. Just fighting the man, he deserves credit. Just regardless, fuck winning. Fighting these guys. Because it's not all about, at the end of the day, it's not all about, you just got to be undefeated. You got to stay. It's not about that. It's about the best fighting the best. Not the best remaining undefeated against the best. That puts you on an upper echelon. If the best fight the best and you just keep winning, that raises you to an upper echelon. But the best fighting the best is all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. BFTB, not BWTB. Best winning against the best. That's not what it is. It's best fighting the best. Because an O doesn't really matter. Not to me. What matters is the best fighting the best. That's what matters. All right, that's how it should matter in every fucking physical sport, every combat sport, every sport on earth should be the best going against the best. It's boxing and boxing alone where you can literally have a Super Bowl every single fight. Literally have that. In football, you have a Super Bowl once a year. That's it. You play all the other games, and then the best and the two best at the end culminate to fight each other. Basketball, the same thing. Hockey, the same thing. Baseball, the same thing. Every other sport all the way around the globe is the same exact thing. Boxing is the one sport where you can have a Super Bowl, an NBA Finals, a Stanley Cup series, a World Series, multiple times a year. Canelo Alvarez versus Artur Beterbiev and Canelo Alvarez versus Dmitry Bivol is that. And I will give this man all praise. I will give this man all credit. If he goes and fights both of those guys next year, how can you hate? Bro, if you don't respect that, then you are hating Canelo. That's all. You're just a Canelo hater. Bro, if you're saying, oh man, listen, Artur Beterbiev is trash, Dmitry Bivol is garbage, but if you're saying that now, especially if you're rocking with me, because I have never said that neither one of them are trash. Never. So, and this ain't no about new being, you got to be fair. Now, fuck all that. Life ain't fair. But these are facts. Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol are monsters. They are beasts. They are very good fighters. And they're both undefeated. Dmitry Bivol is a fucking boxer puncher, heavy on the boxer. Artur Beterbiev is a fucking killer. He is a seek and destroy guided missile. Canelo Alvarez beating both of these guys means something. It means more to his legacy than Billy Joe Saunders, Abney Yildirim, Rocky Slavehouse. It means more to his legacy than Liam. Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev mean more to Canelo Alvarez than any fighters he's fought. To include Floyd, because he lost. He lost to Floyd. He got his ass whipped. But if he can fight these guys and beat these guys, it means more. Now, again, the Floyd fight with Canelo is what made him the money star and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. It made him that. But I'm speaking more towards legacy, because when they say legacy, they're in legacy fights, they're looking more towards fights that you won. They're looking more towards that. Now, fighting a Canelo versus Floyd does add to his legacy. It does add to it. It doesn't take away. It adds to it because he actually fought the man. All right, so it adds to it. But when they start saying, oh, these legacy, it leans more towards the victories. More towards the victories in those, in the legacy fights. If he can fight Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev and beat them, that means more to his legacy than any other fights not named Jermell Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. We must give him respect. We must give him credit if he fights these two guys next year like he's claiming. And BFTB will give him all credit because he would deserve it 100%. BFTB. Shout out to the LDBC. And I'm out.